undoubtedly the most decorated center in Wake Forest history. He is one of the few Demon Deacons to be consensus All-American. He received the Jacobs Blocking Trophy Award as the top blocker in the ACC in 2007, and he was a two-time first-team All-ACC selection. In every single Wake Forest football game from 2001 through 2007, a span of 74 games, 3 bowl games, and the ACC championship game, either Tyson Clabo, Steve Alice, or Steve Justice was in the starting lineup and the offensive line. Since 2011, this is amazing, since 2011, we have inducted 7 football linemen in the Hall of Fame and just 3 running backs. Ladies and gentlemen, our next inductee, Steve Justice.
I got my notes here, hold on. So I actually when I went to Wake, I decided to go towards sociology instead of communications because communications had public speaking course. And so now I'm here. So, but honestly, when I got to Wake, there was 5 offensive linemen that came in. We were all guards and centers when we got here. And as an offensive lineman, freshman year, you have to be the scout team for the first team defense. And so they brought all the linemen out, and nobody played center. I never played center a day in my life and never snapped the ball. And so we all get up to the line, and Matt Brim was one of the guards that came in with us, and he was out there. And if anybody knows Matt Brim, he's a big country boy from Blues Creek. They came up and they said, "We need somebody to play center for the scout team offensive line." "Brim, didn't you play center in high school?" He goes, "No, Justice did." And, being the quiet guy that I was like, okay. So for 2 weeks, I snapped a Nerf ball, so nobody would roll their ankle because I missed every snap possible. But that started my career, so I really need to thank Matt Brim tonight. But of course, all the donors, I wouldn't be here without you guys. There's no way I could have ever gotten into Wake, gone to Wake. From Daytona Beach, Florida. It's an honor to be up here. There's a few things when I was writing down some notes that I say a lot and think about a lot when I think about Wake. And I usually tell my girls when they go out to practice to play with their hairs on fire, like Coach Ruo would before every game. And Coach Lobo, some memories of him is Olive Garden at his house for all the offensive line. Every couple of months we'd have Olive Garden, and there was always endless breadsticks. Miss Bonnie, the endless candy and hugs when you walk in the front office, always awesome. And every time I watch a movie preview now, I always say yes, Big Daddy, or no, Big Daddy.
True.
If anybody knows that when we watch movies before games. And then, of course, every time I feel a big paw on my shoulder, and I love you, buddy, from Joe Haynes, was something I always remember when I grew up at Wake. But one day I was working out, and I looked out at the field, and freshman year, and I saw this girl running by, and I knew that she was pretty attractive, and so then I must talk to her, and so. Freshman year, I met my wife, who we dated for 5 years, and it was amazing to see our journey from when I would walk from Boswick Hall to Luter. We had our first kiss at Luter, and to where we are now, we have 4 children, and that wasn't planned. Next note. All right. But I did want to take a little bit of time, and honestly, Lindsay, you really driven me a lot through thick and thin with not just only sports, but in life, and you really showed me and spurred me on to be a man of Christ for my children, and to show them Christ, the image of Christ to them, so they can grow up and marry a man better than me. And to my mom and dad, I want to finish with my mom and dad. This is a special, so just stay with me for just a little bit longer. Special story. I actually had a brother and sister pass away in between my first and second brother. And my brother Daniel was born with half a heart and lived for 9 months. And he lived for 9 months. It was this 1979, I believe, passed away. So when I was born, I was sent home and was deemed healthy. But because of my brother's suffering and his color and the way that he passed away, my mom detected my color and my discolor and my breathing to be abnormal, and she took me in. And within hours, I wouldn't have been alive because I had a pinched aorta from birth. And since I was born in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I went to Hershey Hospital, where the surgeon developed a new surgery, which I was the fourth child to ever have, allowed me to have this new type of surgery. And because of the faith that my parents had to try a new unproven surgery, because of that new surgery that was not covered under insurance, it allowed me to play sports past middle school. I wouldn't have been able to play any contact sports past middle school. But if I had the first surgery, I wouldn't have been able to play. Because my family, my parents, just trusted in God and trusted to not take the safe route because they've already lost two, they don't want to lose another one. And I'm here today, not only physically, but I'm here today in front of all of you because of the sacrifice. So thank you guys so much.